Shadow Legends. I have created a new baby account for the channel, and then we're also going to go and see the actual in-game tutorial now with my friend's account. So say good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. You're a bit laggy with that, actually.
Yeah, I can see that. And
Hopefully
I've
it
no
fixes
other
itself.
apps open. Yeah, I've no other apps open, so it shouldn't be the case. But of course, it's always going to happen. Okay, so my sound has disappeared.
Your
Don't
in-game
know what's
sound?
happening, and my in-game sound has disappeared.
I mean, in-game sound for you isn't super duper
Yeah.
important.
Okay, so either way, let's just move on anyway. So Athol is saying, I think we'll pass on this one. Oh, here it comes back again. I think he likes you. Not for long. I'm gonna try and reduce this a bit because it's too loud when it's on. Okay. So what we're doing here, we're gonna have a big epic battle.
Not so epic. He did.
No, what is going on this morning? We're plugged in.
So are you no longer hearing the game, but you're hearing me?
I'm hearing you, but I'm not hearing the game again, but it's super loud. So I'm trying to mess with the settings.
You can mess with the settings once you actually get to like your little castle area. So you're just gonna have to deal with it being super loud temporarily.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna take them out.
So it's kind of trying to give us a showcase of like what each individual character can do while fighting.
Okay. Okay, so let's move along. I'm going to spread out the artifacts here somewhere. Are you hearing any sound from my game at all?
No.
No, you're not hearing it. Ooh, creepy dragon.
When I go back like into my own like game screen, I'll hear like the music and stuff from that.
Okay. Oh, okay. One gone.
Little protein snack for the morning.
Oh, definitely. I think I like that dragon too. Just getting it in before it's working, eh?
Mm-hmm. So now everyone's dead. The bitch lady, the arbiter, she'll always be the bitch lady, is going to now say she can only revive one of them. And you can click on each individual one. And basically what's going to come up on the screen is it's then going to give you a little bit of information about them. It'll show you like the attacks that they can do. So you can take a little bit of a read like through each individual one to see which one. Or I mean, I on my main account, I went for looks. So I chose Elaine. But on this, because I was like, "Ooh, pretty elf lady."
That's exactly what I was just thinking. I was like, "Ooh, I like her."
I mean, you can choose her because she is pretty good. I've chosen Kale, so the like mage dude, like with the staff. I've chosen him for this current account that we're gonna be like I'm gonna be playing on. So I've chosen him.
Okay. Well, let's have a look at them. So let's see. She is very pretty, isn't she?
She is.
I love her armor.
So you can click on the little symbols on the right-hand side and it'll tell you about the attack. Yeah.
Okay, so attacks one enemy, places an extra hit if the attack is critical, and damage is based on attack. Okay. Radio. Let's have a look. Lightning arrow level 1. Enemies places 30 right above. Okay. And you're saying you chose Kale this time. What drove you towards choosing him?
So overall, he's like the most versatile champion, basically. And he does poison damage. So poison damage is very, very helpful for taking down certain like boss battles and stuff.
Okay.
Like well, bosses doing boss battles. Because obviously if he puts poison on them, then every turn maybe they get like 10k or 20k, poison damage.
Okay.
Which is very helpful for certain aspects of the game. It's helpful in all aspects of the game, but in certain aspects, it's very, very helpful. So you'll tend to find that if you have Kale like on that team, you'll maybe perform a bit better in that section of the game. And then each section of the game will only give you like certain rewards, certain, like artifact sets or other things that we'll learn as you go along doing the tutorial, and then other aspects of the game will kind of open up. So overall, out of the 4 choices that you have, he's really the more versatile. He's better and across the board, but the other ones are definitely good in their own way as well. Like I said, I've had Elaine on my main account and I've not gotten rid of her yet. I've not replaced her with anybody else yet. And I've been playing for nearly 60 days.
Yeah.
So the fact that I've not had to like get rid of her or anything like that, it's good. Like she's been able to last. She's decent enough. So I just chose her because she was pretty. I didn't even read any of her shit. I didn't know click on the skills and read them at that point. I didn't fucking know that. So I was just like, "Ooh, pretty elven lady, boop," and that was
let's
that was
go.
Elaine for me.
Okay, so let's see then. He has 80% chance of placing 2.5% poison.
And that's just on like his first attack. That's just on his standard boring.
So that improves then the more you level up.
Yeah.
Okay. Fill the turn meter of this champion by 25% for each enemy killed. Blah 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 blah. Alrighty. Attacks 4 times at random. Has a 40% chance of placing 5% poison debuff on 2 turns. Okay, yeah. Let's see, next one. Gallic.
So Gallic,
he's kind of cool in his own way too.
He is, but like in the game, they have like little in-game like mini kind of YouTube videos to kind of give you like background stories for like some of these champions and stuff. And Gallix is so fucking sad. Like
really?
I actually cried. You know me, like I'm a big crier anyway, but I actually cried like hearing his backstory. I was like, oh my god. He is the heart.
Reminds me of a Viking warrior.
There is a barbarian faction, and they're all very, very, very Viking-y, and I fucking love them. They're pretty.
Okay. He seems good enough too.
You know what?
Okay.
See, when
I'm real like.
Yeah, I mean, like he's decent. Like he can do, like we'll do like a decreased defense debuff and stuff like that or whatever. But like he doesn't really do, in my opinion, anything like super amazing because loads of other champions in the game also do the same kind of things.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go with my
your first instinct.
Instincts. So be it. We have chosen Elaine. The boobies on that.
I know.
How?
Titties for days.
Okay. Sorry, I was just admiring her there.
Admiring the cleavage.
Just admiring the cleavage.
So now the bitch lady will basically take you through your little castle area. I hate calling it a bastion. It's just not a word that I fucking use, to be honest. So I just call it like the little castle area, and she'll basically take you through then more of the tutorial. And now she's going to explain how the portal works and how we actually get other champions to fight alongside us in our roster.
Okay. Okay, so let's click on it. Mastery shard. And we're going to summon.
So when you first start the game and she makes you summon the first champion, it's always Sniper.
It's always Sniper?
Yeah, okay. It's always guaranteed that it's her. And she's pretty...
Why,
Elaine has titties for days and she just is showing a whole lot of belly.
Yeah, she got the thighs, the legs for days, the ass. She got that
That
booty.
is.
Let's see. So you've summoned an attack type champion with great attack and support skills. Let's head to the campaign map and prepare your champions for their first taste of combat. Okay, so we're gonna X out. Right, where we're going? We're going for a battle.
So she's loading you into then the actual main storyline, the main campaign, the whole thing this is all about.
Okay.
And then she's going to teach you the mechanics of how battles actually work. So it is like turn-based and stuff, so you don't need to go into panic mode, like thinking, oh, I need to click buttons faster. You know, you're all right.
Now, you know me, I'll start screaming,
what do I do? And I'm like,
panicking, what do I do?
there's no pressure. Like, there's no pressure. There's no time limit. Take your time.
Yeah, it's not.
So you can read through. You can read through this as well. So like chapter 1, like what they're actually doing here.
Okay, so 11 generations of peace have reigned between the kingdom of Karrak and the realm of Avera. Can nearly speak today. Peace now shattered by King Tibby's brutal campaign of expansion into the neutral lands between the two kingdoms. Once revered as a pillar of justice, King Tibia had imposed crushing taxes to finance his war with his former ally, bringing desolation and ruin upon his own people. Had the king lost all reason? In the orders of the arbiter, the company set out to persuade him to renounce his folly and wayward policies, even if it meant storming the very gates of Karrak Castle. Okay.
So now she'll take you through what the affinities actually mean. And like I described as Pokemon, so this will be super effective against this one, etc. So she's going to go and explain it now.
Okay. Okay, this is where I forget stuff.
I mean, it's not something that's really like forgettable because there's also symbols above their heads when you're actually in it. So you'll be fine. I believe in you.
You believe in me.
Someone has to, right?
Someone has to, exactly. You knew exactly what I was going to say.
100%. So see, even there, like the wee symbol above their head, see, because she's blue, like Elaine is blue magic, and they're also blue magic. They're even based, so it'll be like the little yellow like triangle pointing down at their heads to tell you, is she going to do, you know, a good amount of damage, i.e. green? Is she going to do meh, you know, which is then like your yellowy, and then is she going to fucking struggle to do a bit more damage then, which is the, like it would be red instead.
Yeah.
And this always stays, like there's always going to be a little arrow no matter like what you're, you know, no matter how far you get through the game.
Yeah.
And another like little helpful tip
is
like another little helpful tip as well is, see if you've forgotten what their individual moves actually do, you can like hold in a click.
Okay.
And it will like pop up then and tell you like, oh, this attack, you know, does such and such. In case you forgot, or it's a new champion that you're exploring, or you know, you need to switch up your strategy or something because what you're doing isn't currently working.
Okay. Well, that works for me because I've never played this game before, which means I don't know what anything does. So let's say this one's lightning arrow.
So that one will attack, you know, like one enemy and do more damage to that enemy. And then afterwards, it'll hit everyone else as well with slightly less damage.
Okay. Let's see then. Double shot. And rain of arrows. Let's go for that. Gotta love a good bow and arrow, eh?
Oh, why?
So
it's actually funny because most of my like champions I've found there's like a running trend that most of them all have bow and arrows, and I'm like, oh. And like even if like I equipped them like with a sword item or something, like it doesn't change. They're still going to be, when they're actually fighting, you know, it's still going to be a bow and arrow because that's the way the champion looks. Like that's their animations. So that doesn't change.
Victory is ours.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, so campaign levels drop artifacts, and here's your first. Artifacts are powerful items that boost your champion stats. Okay, so let's see. We have set life weapon, attack 4, HP plus 15%, 2 artifacts per set. Along with special items, your champions will earn XP after every battle. Earn enough and they'll level up, growing in strength and power.
More power.
More power! Like, who doesn't want power, eh?
I know, right?
We're going to go to our champion collection to equip the artifact. Okay, so champions.
So this will be like where your general roster of champions is.
Okay, 6 artifacts per champion. So we're just going to select and equip.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! So attack plus 4. Okay, so artifacts can be equipped in sets to provide special bonuses and effects. How often would you get sets?
So she's about to explain, because you're going to go do another battle, and then it's going to give you another item so you can get a set, and then she'll basically tell you that some sets need like 2 pieces. So for example, you'll get a sword and you'll get like a helmet. So for the life set, which is currently the green one that you've just, you know, gotten,
Yeah.
like if you have 2, i.e. like I just said, like the weapon and the helmet, then that'll be a set. Each individual like artifact set will have like its own individual like perks or whatever. So with the life set, you'll get an extra 15% HP every time you have a set. But because you only need 2 items for a set and a champion can have 6 items total, you can get 3 sets. You know, 2 times 3 equals 6.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're going to fight through Banner Lords and find King Teba. I must know if he has succumbed to the shadow. So let's see. Battle. Back to Corrupt Castle, stage 2.
Mm-hmm. So the thing about the bitch lady that is quite helpful is like it will just be, you know, like the big yellow, you know, arrow, like click here.
Yeah.
So you can't really like get confused. But for me, I'm like, oh, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And I flash through all the fucking buttons. Then I end up learning to ring hard way because I'm like, wait, what does that mean? Or what did she say? What was I? What am I meant to do?
Yeah. Just makes it more simple whenever it's like a one-click turn kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always helpful. But as
like
you
obviously,
said, you're sort of
as we progress through the game, and we have, you know, like items sets, and then we get accessories, and we're going through the campaign. We get more champions. We have to level them up and all that other type of stuff. It does get more complicated, like as you go along. So that's why it's like really just trying to take you through the absolute basics of everything.
Yeah.
But that's the thing as well. But me having then, you know, another baby account as well, just, you know, for the streaming, is that like we'll be going through it all together. But obviously, I know what I'm doing, so you can ask, you know, 700 million questions. I wouldn't say that I know everything about the game. I definitely don't.
Well, I know that you're already at an advantage because you know a hell of a lot more than I do.
Yeah, I would know a lot more than you, but there's still like be certain, you know, points of the game where I'm like, oh, like my strategy in my brain is not fucking working here. I need to switch it up and do something else. So your account will also have a level. So you've just went like on your actual account. So this is nothing to do with your champions levels. This is your actual like gaming account. So when you get every level, the maximum amount of energy that you have goes up by a couple, which obviously means you can play longer or whatever, and that will replenish every day.
Okay, that's good. So
If you
It just
use
means though that once you use it all, unless you're paying, you have to wait until it
it
refills.
replenishes, yeah.
So it's game over.
Well, sort
Okay.
of. It's, play again later, type of
Yeah.
thing. Like the
Game over
like
for now.
the magic 8 ball, like when you shake it and it's like try again later.
Yeah. So let's see. Congratulations, you leveled up. Every time you level up, you'll get full energy, gems, and sometimes even unlock new features. So there's
So when she's talking
especially
about unlocking new features, basically what she means is, see in your little castle area the way loads of things are like locked and
yeah.
you can't access them, they start to open up when your account
Okay.
actually reaches certain levels.
Okay. So let's see, we're going back, run champions, artifacts. Okay, so she now has helmet and a sword.
So that'll be a set.
Okay.
And then you get like that little symbol
Yeah.
beside your champion to indicate like you have this set and this is what this set does.
Okay. And then you can upgrade the sets.
So she's gonna make you do that because you don't have a choice. Bitch,
No.
bitch
What if I
lady
didn't want
says
to
so.
upgrade?
Yeah, bitch lady says so. You have to fucking do it.
Oh, so just got to continue to upgrade until she says stop. So she's
Yep.
taking all my coins. Like, what
Yep.
if I wanted to save?
So now she'll explain that the maximum level that any artifact can get to is 16. But when you upgrade from level 0 to 4, you will get a substat bonus. So the substat bonus you just got was an extra 3 defense, which is pretty fucking shitty. What we don't want is like our HP, our attack, our defense to be flat numbers. We want them to be percentages. So if that was like an extra 3% defense, that would be so much better for us. Whereas because it's just gone, you only get an extra 3. It's pretty fucking shitty.
Okay. Let's move on.
And if you were to upgrade it to level 8, you would get a second substat. If you were to upgrade it then to level 12, you would get a third substat. And then if you were to like fully upgrade it to level 16, you would have all 4 substats. And that's why sometimes you'll be chopping and changing like what your champions will be wearing, because certain, champions need certain stats to be higher or whatever. So 3 defense is generally pretty shitty. So you'll be swapping that out quick enough anyway.
Okay, sounds good. So let's say you've learned well, keep strengthening your warriors. I shall return in time to teach you more.
So she's basically leaving you to your own devices now. Don't click anything on the screen because this is now where I'm at. So when you start a brand new account for the two, for the 2 first weeks or for the 14, first days, you will get like a certain reward every time, like you log in. So like you're going to get your day one. I'm on day 2 though, because obviously I skipped through all the tutorial and stuff yesterday. But it's the lifesteal set. And then if like these are then like artifacts that they're giving us, but then on day 7, you actually get given a champion. It's the same then on day 8 to 13, you'll get different artifacts given to you, and then on the day 14 you get a different champion, and then it doesn't like give you any more than that, but it's already a good like little like egg up, like it's already like a good little start. So you can go ahead and grab them day 1 boots.
Okay, so question. It's saying obviously day 1 to day 7. Do you have to log in every day to get these? Or
No,
could you
it'll
do
be
day 1 today and in 3 days you could get day 2?
Yeah,
Just whenever you're logging in? Okay.
The latter, the second one.
Yeah, that's okay. I just needed to know because you know me. Right, so okay, collected, great.
So now as well, one thing to note is we've got 700 million things all over our fucking screen in our castle, and loads of them have like red dots and shit. The red dot usually just symbolizes that there's something that you need to look at there. So if you go to like your little avatar in the top left of your screen, and then you would like
check my player info.
You can go into options and you can lower like the music and the effects and stuff there if it's still too loud, like in your ears.
That is definitely helpful.
You're like, I need it.
Yes. Because
And
I'm
then as
struggling
well
to hear you over it because it's that whole ominous drumming,
You can turn it all the way down. Like,
Yeah, I'd like a little background noise, you know?
That's the way I have it.
Get you in the mood.
It's you in
Get
the
you in the
mood
mood.
to
Yep.
beat up some folks.
To kick ass. Kick ass and take names.
So another thing then you can do there is change your actual avatar, like your little picture.
Okay. So let's see. How do we do that? If we go to edit. Alrighty.
So because I chose Kale as my starting champion, I've just chosen him.
Okay. Achievement complete. Change your avatar. Okay, so these are player ID and player rate on desktop. So they're just different advantages.
Mm-hmm.
What info? Player ID. Language. Yeah, I don't want to change that. Unfortunately, I can't speak any other languages.
We speak our own. we speak our own. Does that
We
count?
do. Yeah. Gemma and Christine language, eh?
Yeah.
Radio. So this will give me my quests, my challenges.
Yeah, so you'll always have like daily
Oh,
quests to do.
claim.
You'll always have daily quests to do. Then you'll have weekly quests and monthly quests. So the way them quests will
Okay.
work is if you do all your daily quests, then the one at the, they'll always get like 4 or whatever. So then at the top, you'll be able to claim that reward then at the top. With the weekly ones, you need to do your daily ones 5 times for you to have that completed so you can actually collect the weekly reward. Then for the monthly ones, you need to do your dailies 30 times. Doesn't have to be 30 days in a row, but it just means you're going to have to wait longer to get the reward, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Because you're not doing it consistently.
Yeah.
Takes longer.
So it doesn't have to be like the days in the row. It'll just have to be, 5 times and 30 times. You have to be able to do all them before you then get the reward. But I just always recommend anyway, just if you get like a free 5-10 minutes of your day, go on, do your daily quests and then log off again.
Okay. So let's see, level up, +3 energy, +5 gems, claim more XP.
So the energy will be like what we need to actually do things in the game. So like do campaign battles, do other things, etc., etc. Then at the top of our screen as well, we have our silver. So silver is our in-game currency. We need that to get champions from shards. We need that to buy things from like the little market stall. But the market stall doesn't unlock till our account is level 18 anyway, so we don't need to like super worry about that just yet.
Okay.
And then gems are something that everyone tends to use differently. They're another in-game currency, but they're used for completely different things than silver is. So it's up to you really how you want to spend your gems. You can use gems on the actual shop to get silver in the game if you wanted to, or you could buy energy, or you could buy shards. So you can just do it, that way if you felt like it. Or then another thing that you can use your gems for is upgrading your champions in a very specific way, but we haven't unlocked that in our gameplay yet, so we don't really need to like delve into that right now. But I would say like even like see like later on and stuff, like because we're going to be ending like the stream soon and shit. If you go and watch the whole episode that I did before this about like everything you need to know about your champions, like your weapons, your sets, how to upgrade them, what do you need to do for this, what you need to do for that, or whatever, then at least you'll have so much more of an idea of what you actually really want to concentrate on. And like I tend to do a little bit of everything just as I go along. But obviously everyone plays differently.
Yeah.
Then on like the left hand side of like the castle screen, you'll have like a wee tab menu that opens like out the way. You'll see like daily login rewards, new player rewards, progression rewards. So in your daily login, it's the exact same thing we were just talking about with the new player rewards. you don't have to log in every single day in a row to be able to get these. It'll be every single time you go into that account. So, for example, we're on day 1 today. We've collected our day 1 reward today. If I log in tomorrow, I'll get day 2. But if I were to log in 7 days, I'm not going to get day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm still only going to get day 2.
Okay.
And another thing then that they also do for you in the game is every 30 days they give you a champion as part of your daily login rewards. So the first champion, if you're doing like the 30 days, is Haikatoon. You can click on her in the daily like login thing to see what she looks like. And you can read then like about her skills and stuff as well.
Ooh. So let's have a look. So she's Imperial Grace, level 1, attacks 1 enemy. I was nearly saying energy. Heads away today. Has a 25% chance of placing a 30% decrease SPD buff for 2 turns. Okay. Let's see. Rally the Horde, level 1. Fills the turn meters of all allies by 15% and places a 15% increased SPD buff on all allies for 2 turns. Ascended skill fills the turn meters of all allies by 15% and places a 30% increased SPD buff on all allies for 2 turns. Okay.
So one thing you'll realize is some champions do like that's what I was talking about Kale earlier with the poison damage and stuff. Some champions do so much better in certain areas of the game than others. So see because all of her like attacks and stuff either like decrease the speed of others who were fighting or gets our turn meter higher, or lowers someone else's turn meter. She's really, really good in a certain aspect of the game called the arena. We haven't got the arena unlocked yet. I'm actually going to double check here what fucking level is it to remind myself. At level 6, when our accounts get to level 6, then we'll be able to start doing the arena. But for now, we don't really need to like be worrying about it. When I was saying to you then earlier as well about like the little like limited series and stuff that they brought out, like kind of like little YouTube short videos, backstories or whatever, that's in also the same like pull out tab. And you also get in-game rewards for watching all them. So you'll get like energy, you'll get silver, etc. So you can do that of your own accord as well when we're not streaming. And you'll know what I mean about the Gallic story. I was like, why did I watch this? Yeah, because all the other ones, I was like, okay, this person's kind of cool, beating the shit out of people. Yeah, cool. That's what you want from a fucking champion or whatever. And then I was like, oh my God, this one's really got me in all my feelings. And because I wasn't expecting it to be so emotional as well. I was like, so as well, we should also have a couple of other shards in our summoning portal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull, I've got 2 other shards, 2 green mystery shards in my portal sitting there for me. So I'm going to pull them as well just to see if I get anything amazing. Probably not. No, they're absolute kikibobo.
Let's see what I got. God, it looks like Joan of Arc. Sister Militant.
So Sister Militant can be good like at the start of the game and again for a certain aspect of the game that we haven't like got to yet, because basically she only does 1 attack, right? But her 1 attack hits everybody with her sword. Okay. So she's very good for like damaging multiples at once. And if you were to like like really upgrade her or make her like attack super duper fucking high or whatever, she'd be able to like sweep for you. You know what I mean? Okay. So that can be handy. Like that's what I said. Like every champion has their own individual skill set. So reading their skills is so important, and deciding like what is like best for you, in your game is very important.
Okay. Alrighty. Try another one. No, we don't have any more. Okay, that's fine.
We'll collect more as
we collect more. Anyway. We're all good. Awesome. Well, I think that was a great introduction to the game today.
Yep.
It's made things a lot more clear being able to see it myself rather than just hearing about it.
Yeah, and you're like, what do I do? What does it look like? And then I'm trying to
Yeah.
describe it to you, and you're like, it sounds kind of cool, but I don't really know what you're talking about. And I'm like, just
Yeah.
fucking play it.
Just play the game. Do as I
So
tell you.
what I would definitely like advise is for you to watch like the champion knowledge video. It's like an hour long, but you can skip through it, you know, like anyway, if
Yeah.
there's only like certain kind of bits that you kind of want to listen to. So it'll go over like how do we actually get different champions, what other sets are we looking at, what all the symbols on our screen actually means, things to pay attention to, how do we actually improve our champions, and that type of stuff. Then as well it goes through like stats. So for example, like with Keel, because Keel does poison damage, I want him to do as most
As much.
as much, there we go, as much poison damage as he can. So I want him to be able to land that poison damage
Yeah.
as much as he can, as most often. So then there'll be certain stats that need to be higher than others. There's certain stats I don't really need to pay attention to, like with him as an individual,
Yeah.
because he doesn't have the skill set for it, etc. I've only just realized he almost has like big, like stretcher earrings in his ears. I didn't fucking realize that before. They're not actually stretched, but they're like big, massive earrings. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like the tutorial, like wrapped up. At least that's the bitch ladies tutorial, and we've kind of explored a little bit more like around the castle and things. Another thing to touch on just very, very quickly before we go, at the bottom right of your corner of your screen in the castle, you'll have like this wee timer, this wee like sand timer, and a wee countdown. That basically means the longer you play, you'll get these rewards. So if you've been playing for 5 minutes that day, you'll get some gold if you play for a full for silver. If you play for 20 minutes, you'll get a shard. If you play for 40 minutes, 60 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And it stops at 180 minutes. So I would just really quickly collect any of them before you're logging off here.
Oh, I've done that already.
Oh, happy days!
I did, but I'm getting another one in 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
Well, you may as well hang around then for that.
I think I will just hang around for that. Just let it come through before I log off.
Yeah, so we'll leave it here.
Okay.
We've learned a lot, we've explored a bit, and we are going to, at some point, probably later on the week, I think, we're going to go back in again and see sort of in like a second episode how much more progress we can make if we can actually get through like maybe the first initial section of the campaign, if we're going to explore other areas of the game because we've leveled up on our accounts and things like that. So we'll leave it there for now.